And so this is the summary of the poem Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night by Dylan Thomas. So these are the important points. This poem was published in 1951 in a literary journal. In this poem, the speaker urges his sick father to not to surrender to death so easily and to fight against it bravely. The speaker says that one should not accept death calmly and peacefully despite knowing its inevitability. Here, good night is a metaphor for the darkness of death. So this is the text of the poem. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their and know dark is right, because their words had fogged no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. So when the poem opens, the speaker urges his sick father to not to give in to death peacefully. He says that even though it is obvious that death is inevitable, but still old people should fight against death until their last breath of life. He urges his father to resist the darkness of death bravely and strongly. In the next lines, the speaker says that even wise people in their old age know that they can't escape death, but they still refuse to accept death calmly because they feel that they have not yet done something which they were capable of, or they have not said something important which could shock the world like lightning. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late, they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. So, in these lines, speaker says that even good people do not just simply accept death and they feel that they could do something to improve the world if they had been allowed to live longer. So, they are afraid to die like the last wave of the sea crashing on the shore. So, they think that they could have enjoyed their lives more if they had more time. So, in the next line, the speaker talks about wild people. These people spend their life joyously without even realizing that time is passing so fast and the sun is in flight. So they also want more time to do something worthwhile and they don't accept death willingly. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage raise against the dying of the light, and you, my father, there on sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears. I pray, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage raise against the dying of the light. So here in these lines, speaker is of the view that even though one's body is weak, but if one's spirit is powerful and strong, then even a blind person's eye can shine like meteors. So in the last stanza, the speaker addresses his father who is going to die, not to peacefully accept death and to resist it strongly. The speaker urges his father either to blame him or to curse him, but not to accept death gently. His father's eyes, which are full of tears, remind the speaker about the mortality of life and not to take life for granted and to live life to the fullest. And here the poem ends.